Hey guys, well I got good news for you, bad news for me. So my recording application actually just put me on a trial now, so I'm to 10 minutes, so that's kind of annoying. But so I'm gonna try and make this quick as possible. I was making another video, but it capped me out at the 10 minutes because I had no idea. It just started doing that, and so I went ahead and scrapped the video after I was 10 minutes in, so whatever. As we can see, this is from this morning. We have increased, the top wallets have increased again, and but I want to go back up here to yesterday and kind of talk about the drop that they had. So as we see, they was at 49.1 billion, and they dropped down to 48 billion. But what I wanted to really look at though was the fact that as we see, this group right here was down to 19.9 billion, and now they're at 22.5 billion. So, in my opinion, what happened was these wallets, um, through their manipulation tactics, and they're always, I believe, doing new stuff because if you guys go ahead and look and try and follow these doge, you see that they go through an extreme pain to cover up their tracks, and that's a fact. I've went through and tried to see, and they go through a funnel of different wallets in order to hide their traces, I guess. So as we see that this decreased and this increased. So what happened was they probably sold out a bunch of doge they dumped, and they bought back in with their own wallets, but different sizes. That way we wouldn't, because they know that people are watching them, and so they created other wallets, brand new wallets, to go ahead and buy up that doge or whatever the case may be. And so we're going to go ahead and look at that. So one of my Discord members, Lil Zinc here, I wanted to give props to him for go ahead and giving me the head up on these new wallets. So I'm going to go ahead and look into that. And we're going to go to 42, 44, and he said a couple others, but we're just going to look at 42 and 44 because I have a limited time here before it cuts me off, and I would definitely like to be able to finish this video. So I want to look at where it's getting its doge from, because as we see, it was just created last night, right, as around the time, probably right before the price started dropping, or around that time, so this, I believe, does have correlation to that. And as we see here, we can see where it got its doge coins. And this wallet right here, this is where um, it sent out 400 billion doge, and this wallet that we was just looking at, the number 42 wallet, was the receiver of a large portion of this doge. Well, not the largest portion, but a decent amount it received. And so we'll just go ahead and look at C61, and I do believe that C61, I'm not really too sure what's going on with it, but it definitely, as you can see, its activity, it has all these ins and outs, so it's very likely that this is an exchange wallet. Um, so what I really wanted to look at though, and I want to show you guys this. So the busiest activities. So that's actually the number one busiest activity, which is this wallet that we're looking at here. So where's it getting its Dogecoins from? Well, I actually looked, and it's getting its Dogecoin from a variety of different addresses. So it's very likely that this is an exchange. But, again, there's no way to really be sure on that. But I want to see if this number 44 wallet also is linked in the same way. So we're going to go here. I always like to look at the most recent but bigger transactions. So we're going to look at the 77 million, and we'll see it also came from the same address. So that leaves us with two conclusions. This is either a exchange or it is the manipulator, one of the biggest manipulators out of them all. Because we see the activity, and this is definitely being ran by a program. No human is able to do this, and so I personally believe this could be a bot program. As we see, its activity wasn't all that much until bam. All right, so I want to look and see. I want to find a big transaction, these are all relatively small whenever we're actually looking at the whales because they deal with really big numbers. So look right here, 600 million doge. Let's see where that came from. And we can see that that came from, some of that doge was split up into here, but it came from this SPH wallet. So let's go ahead and click on that. And we'll see that it brings us to this wallet. And we can see that this wallet has really big buys, and it also, gets rid of its Doge coins. So this is the transaction that we was just looking at, 400 million Doge. So as we can see, 400 million Doge on the 17th at 133. So we'll go ahead and go back and make sure that that's the same transaction. 133. Okay, so, well, that's strange. Okay, so yeah, as we see it removed that Doge 134 or 133 right here. So it removed it. But I want to know where this wallet's getting its Doge from. And as we see, this is back to April. But so let's go ahead and look at and see where it got its Doge from back in April. And we'll see it all came from in many different transactions, all from the same address here. And so we're going to click on this address, and we'll see at one point back in April, this was the #1 holder of Dogecoin. So, that's interesting that it happens to lead us here. And, as we can see, it fell off the market. But that's because it transferred all of its Doge into another wallet. So let's go ahead and, we've seen where it's sending its Doge out. Look at that, 3 billion Doge that it sent out, 2 billion Doge that it sent out. And this is on the 21st of April. Okay, so let's see where it got its large amounts of Doge from. This is 1.1 billion, so let's go ahead and look at that. And this is in March, 1 month prior. And we'll see that it also got all of its Doge in a lot of different transactions from the same wallet. So let's go ahead and look at this wallet. And as we can see, this wallet now is currently only holding 14,000 Doge. But the amount of Doge that this wallet's transferred is 16 billion. And we can see that at one point this was the #2 wallet, and around the same time that that other wallet fell off, as we can see, all of its Doge was removed from the wallet. Or, most of the Doge. We can see this. Alright, so let's go ahead and see where it got its Doge coins from, because this is obviously the wallet that it used to dump or whatever the case may be. Let's go ahead and go back, and this is them covering up their tracks. So what I'm looking for is, of course, where all this Doge is coming from. I'm trying to track it back as far back as I can and see if it leads. I want to compare and see if other wallets are leading to the same original starting point. So I could definitely use some help on this because there's a lot of these wallets. But I have members of the Discord helping me look at this stuff because there is so much. But if we can look and see, track back this Doge as far back as we can, we will be able to see if they are coming from the same original sources. And we see all this little bitty activity. This is just spam. Alright, so 9 million Doge. That's not very much, but I don't feel like scrolling through all this because this page is laggy because of all the transactions that this wallet's had. So, and if it's an exchange, then it's exchanging its Dogecoin from one exchange wallet to another exchange wallet. And it's also dispersing it up. So as we can see, this Doge came from a variety of different addresses. So we just hit what I would like to call a dead end somewhat. Because, this Doge is just spread up so much. So it is likely that. So anyways, guys, I think I'm getting close to the 10 minutes, so if it goes ahead and cuts me off, that's what happened, is it ended the video. So I definitely appreciate